No good? Everybody ready? Joe, I think y'all had 10 different guys catch a pass for y'all tonight. What's it say about the depth of this team that they have so many guys contribute on offense?
No, I think it says a lot. We got a lot of young guys, didn't really get a shot first 2 games, but, we throw them in there this game, making plays and stuff like that. So I think it says a lot about the team we have and what we can truly do throughout the rest of the season.
I think, the first drive into interception, then y'all rolled off 6 straight with a touchdown as an offense. How pleasing was that to see the air raid finally click for you guys this season?
Oh, yeah, we always talk about perseverance. The bad stuff is going to happen. It happened early in the game, but defense came out, got a lot of stops, and so that just gave us the momentum we needed. And then after that, just like you said, just kept clicking.
In the first half of the last 2 games, y'all just really come out and built dominating leads where you can just really coast in the second half. Talk about the mentality of coming out and just kind of jumping on the throat early.
Yeah, we always talk about, our strength coach Hick. He always said you only get one chance to start the game off right. So that's our mindset coming in, starting the game. Just start it off right, start it off fast, and then that just makes the rest of the game easier.
What's been the biggest difference the last 2 weeks from your open?
I feel like we got a chip on our shoulder. I feel like the first game is kind of an eye-opener and just let us know, like, we got to work, So we put that chip on our shoulder, and I feel like we haven't looked back since, and I think it's going to keep going up from here.
Okay. Thanks, Jalen.
I appreciate y'all.
Congrats.
Hey, Chase, you ready to go? Yeah. I understand. You done. Yeah.
All right, guys. Quarterback
guys?
Chase Cunningham. How are you doing, Chase?
Good. How are y'all?
Doing great. Chase, at one point, y'all had 6 straight drives as an offense with a touchdown.
Yeah.
What was it like working with a group of guys that were all clicking together,
Yeah.
In that way at this point in the season?
Yeah. I think there's a lot of confidence everybody going out there today. I think we got everybody involved. A lot of people got touches, and offensive line, running backs, Frank played their butts off. So all the credit to those guys. A lot of fun out there tonight.
Yeah, I'll rotate in some new guys on the offensive line, I think, because of some injuries this week.
Yeah.
How well do you think that they played
Yeah.
to start things out?
First, I'll say Wilson stepped up huge. All the confidence in the world in that guy. He played his butt off, so super proud of him. Just everybody got to play some tonight, so super proud of those guys. They deserved it.
Chase, you mentioned Frank. Talk about it. In the last 2 weeks, he's really established himself. How important is that for this offense to have that one guy that can just get out and do it every week?
Yeah, absolutely. Frank's had a great season so far, and just going to continue to build on it. Get back to work tomorrow and just keep giving that guy the ball. He's doing good things. So.
How much has the confidence grown in this offense and in this team in the last 2 weeks that we've played?
I'd say a lot. I think the biggest focus was us just to focus on ourselves, and I think we've done that the last 2 weeks, and we don't need to stop now. Get better tomorrow. We got a big game this week, so just focus on ourselves and keep getting better each day.
Chase, it seemed like the entire first half you were finding the open guy just about every play. What were you seeing out there? How did you find those guys?
It's just a lot of credit on my O-line again. Gave me time to get through my progressions and just get to the open guy. Obviously, I got a lot of playmakers out there, so they make my job a little bit easier. But they were open all night, and it was a good night for us.
It looks like there's some designs for bootlegs and stuff to get you thrown on the run a little bit more this season. What's the key to executing those plays well from your perspective?
I think it's a little bit easier for me. I'm a shorter guy, so getting, just being able to see out there. So, that, and I'm super comfortable on the run doing that stuff. And, I think Coach Stewart likes to do that stuff. So, just implementing a little bit more, as we go on.
That heavy offense that y'all brought out, where you
Yeah.
got, Zaylin and Marley and Jordan, Jacarius out there in the short goal line situations.
Yep.
How exciting is it to have those extra blockers in for whatever the play call is?
Absolutely. I think you see those 4 guys run on the field, and I think everybody in the stadium knows what's about to happen. So, just those guys are great. Block their butts off. Big play for us. So.
Anything else for Chase?
Thanks, Chase.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Chase.
You good, Chase? No radio.
All right, guys, this is our defensive lineman, Zaylin Wood.
Zaylin got to be a lead blocker out there for the first time tonight. Talk to us a little bit about how that set came together, in the past couple of weeks and how that got set up.
Really, it all came off from last year. Coach had saw that me, Marley, and Ferg and JK were real good blockers, so he just, he gave us a chance, and me and Marley in the A gap, so we really got all the smoke, really, so, it was real fun. I love that. I can't wait to keep doing it.
Then on the defensive side, 2 straight games where I believe you had shutouts at halftime and really established, the tempo of the game. Talk about just jumping out quickly.
Really, it's Coach West preach all the time. Alignment, assignment, key technique, and you got to really do your job, outwork everybody that you face. And Coach Shave has been on our butt all week to basically be consistent at practice. So really, things at practice really leads to the game, and it really showed.
It seemed like the defense was really in sync tonight. It wasn't just one group really standing out. It was the pressure leading to the turnovers or the covers leading to the sack. How exciting was it to see everybody syncing up maybe for the first real time, extended period of time this season?
It was real fun, man. A lot of guys they're coming in and stepping up and making big plays for us, and people really don't know that those picks and those fumble recoveries really just they give us a spark. So it's just real fun seeing everybody just step up and make big plays.
Terrain got a big momentum play for you guys on that punt block. I think you were on the sideline for that play.
Yes,
What was it like on the sideline with that?
Man, it was crazy. I think I was talking to somebody, and all I hear is everybody yelling. And we had one just like that last year with Trey, and it's just so crazy. It's like deja vu, really.
What's the confidence like with this team after disappointing opener, but the way you've responded and played really well the last 2 weeks?
The confidence is really good. We really Sunday when we got beat by JMU, we came back and we brushed it off our shoulder and we just kept working at practice. So and we kept going and we really didn't look back. So now we just keep looking forward.
Anything else for Zaylen?
Thanks, Evan.
Thank you.
Good job, Zaylen.
How y'all doing?
Doing it, Frank. Well, Frank, you reached the end zone 3 times tonight, but I think that last one was the one that you'll remember the longest.
Yes, sir.
Walk us through that 85-yard run and that cutback. How that happened?
Well, really, I was just before we went out there, I was just telling myself to play loose. Stay calm. Don't overwhelm yourself when you see the hole. So I really want to give all the thanks to my O-lineman because that's who opened it up for me. All I did was run. But once they opened it, I just creased it, and then I was running.
Right. Last season, you had so many guys in the backfield kind of come in and try to get their feet under them. This year's been pretty much your show, and you've responded 2 straight games where
Yes,
you're
sir.
close to 100 or over 100 yards. Talk about being the lead guy and how you handled that responsibility.
I kind of it's like I've been doing this almost my whole life, being that guy. It's not really nothing much different. It's just you gotta come out every day, every game, every practice, every day, and you gotta put on the show for the coaches and for yourself. So when the game it come easy.
You guys got on a roll there offensively. I think it was 6 straight touchdowns at one point. How good does it feel when it's clicking like that all throughout the offense?
It feels great. Sharing the ball, letting everybody get a touch. It feels great. Not feeling selfish. Sharing the ball around. It felt real great.
We saw that sort of heavy D package come back this season again, and now you're the one behind those defensive linemen that check in for that.
Yes, sir.
How exciting is it when you hear Coach Stewart call that play and know that they're coming in the game?
I love my D line. They the most aggressive linemen that I've seen. You feel me? Once they called it, I actually was in the wrong formation the first play, so I kind of figured once he did that, he called that play because I was in the wrong formation. So once he called that out, automatically a touchdown. Ain't nobody blocking them. Ain't nobody holding them up. We getting in the end zone.
Anything else for Frank?
All right, Frank.
Thank
you.
Thanks.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Coach.
I'm going, just relapse. My brain's too tense. Too tense the size of everybody else's. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Obviously, it's a big win, great win for us. Really proud of our mental intensity and focus that we had throughout the course of the week and then, throughout this game. And, it's 42-0 at halftime, and that's hard to maintain that the second half. And I thought our guys did a really nice job, of doing that. And I was reluctant, there towards the end of the first half there when after Jalen's interception, I didn't want to call timeout. It was 35-0. The respect I have for Eddie and his program, I just didn't want to really embarrass them. So I didn't call timeout when you should with 16 seconds left. And then we got down there to the 2-yard line. And I did call timeout with 3 seconds, and then Frank scored on the next play. So we talked to our guys at halftime that we wanted to come out offensively. We got the ball. We kept our guys in there, that we wanted to come out. So we learned how to come out after halftime and start the second half. And then if we were going to be successful, we were going to get those guys out, and that's what we did. Frank broke the long run, and then we got everybody out and started playing some younger guys. And you guys saw it. We just milked the clock and tried to use all 40 seconds of it every time. So, but really proud of us, proud of our team. We talked all week about the kicking game, that we thought we had an advantage there. Thought we could make something happen in the kicking game, and we did. We got the block and the scoop and score off of it. I thought that was big. Energized the sideline, got us going a little bit. So really proud of our team. I thought we played really good in all 3 phases, and we did a good job of getting a lot of people in the game.
Doc, what does it mean to have all 3 phases like that? I mean, to score on special teams, for defense to pitch shutout for much of the game, offense, 6 straight touchdowns at some point. What does it mean tonight and moving forward?
Yeah, I think you just get a little bit more confident each week. And, the first week we stubbed our toe, and we got a little confidence last week. We got a little bit more this week. And, that's what you try to do. You try to get a little bit better each week. And, we played a bunch of people there in the second half and got them some experience. We got so many people hurt here these last 2 weeks. It's kind of scary right now with what's going on. But I think to answer your question, the big thing is just we're getting more confident each week.
Coach, after last season, how comfortable is it having a guy like Frank that can be the lead back and have big games? He's had 2 back-to-back, monster games so far. And, last year you had 4 or 5 guys that just seemed like they constantly were in the mix.
Yeah, and it's been a little bit easier. Unfortunately, it's been a little bit easier these last 2 weeks because we've lost 2 backs to injury, so we've got 2 now healthy backs. And but Frank is a good running back. He runs behind his pads well. He catches the ball good out of the backfield. He's our best pass protector, pass blocker out of the in the backfield. But just like last week on his first carry, it looks like he stopped for 2 or 3, 4 yards, and he spits it out for a 25-yard gain. And he had some of those runs here tonight. And then obviously the long one there in the third quarter. So he's a really good back.
The injuries are obviously unfortunate, but they are giving some younger guys, on the offensive line and the defensive secondary a chance to step up. But what have you liked that you've seen for some of these guys that are being thrown into the fire a little bit early?
Well, he didn't do much with it. Second half was ugly. And we got a couple first downs there. We got to get better, and those guys are getting an opportunity to play. And, we had 2 starters out already in the offensive line tonight who got hurt at Colorado State that didn't play, didn't dress out. So those guys are getting a chance, but we got to play better. They got to play better, and because it's not going to get any easier here, the rest of the way as we start to get in, Miami and then conference schedule.
You Anything else for Coach?
Good deal. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for
Thank you, Coach.
thanks for
Thanks,
coming,
Coach.
man. I appreciate
Hey, we
it.
still got, y'all wanted Jalen Montgomery, and so we have him real quick too, okay?
All right.
Maybe they get a name tag on the back of your jersey now, so you score a touchdown.
Good. How are you? Well, Jay, we'll walk us through the punt block. What happened on that play from your perspective, and sort of how you came up with the ball to score?
I mean, Coach Strap, he did a great job of coaching us up all weekend on what we need to do. And, you know, when guys did get free, Coach Stock and Coach Schaefer were in the back coaching us up on how to block it and, you know, just being prepared for the punt scoop. And I just went out there and I just followed what I was coached to do.
Did you realize Terrain blocked it initially, or were you just sort of?
I realized he blocked it, and I kind of heard it, and I just went into going to find it, you know, and trying to make a play for the guys, because that was a great play by TK.
When you see that ball in the air, it's floating right to your arms. What do you think at that point?
Man, it's moving in slow motion. Like the moment itself is just in slow motion, and you know the only thing you can do is thank God at that point and go score.
Was there any doubt you were going to score?
No, I knew I was gonna score. When the ball was in the air, I knew.
Then what was the sideline reaction like right afterwards?
Man, I love those guys. You know, they're in my corner, and it was more exciting to make a play for the team than it was for me. And just seeing those guys, you know, everybody on the sideline, coaches, trainers, just being happy for me, it was a good moment.
I gotta ask. We were up in the booth doing stats and everything. You're number 23 normally.
Mm-hmm.
You're number 29 tonight.
Right.
What happened?
So Jalen Jackson, great corner. He also plays special teams, and I'm also number 23. So you know, it was just a number change, no big deal. Just play football.
Just you had confusion to avoid confusion, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to avoid confusion, not get any penalties. You know.
Anything else, Jalen?
No.
Thanks, Jalen. All right, thanks, Jalen.
I appreciate y'all too. God bless.
All right.
We need a one-handed